Hey Gab, this is John West Coast Connects. We reached out. Janessa spoke with you on Friday, promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and quick. Just want to show you a couple of tips that you can do to really maximize your traffic online. So with that, let me get started. You're doing a lot of great things here on this site. The site's really well put together. Your color scheme matches. You have your click to call. You have your form submit. Really the only other things I potentially would maybe do to increase conversions is have a form submit here, at the top that's you can just click on and do from here, and maybe a virtual chat depending on, what you would want to do. But those are the only things that would potentially maybe increase conversions. But you guys have a lot of good things here. One thing I always talk about is content, and you have quite a bit of content throughout your site. You have a lot of different location pages, which is great. Those are ways you can rank for that. So, a lot of good things here. The one thing though, looking at what you're ranking for, roofer in Lubbock, for instance, you're on the middle of the second page. Littlefield, metal roofing Lubbock, metal roofing Lubbock. So I mean, you guys are ranking for quite a few things. Not really high on some of these, higher volume keywords outside of obviously your name. You guys are doing really well with your name. But a lot of times people, if they know that your name, they're gonna get there anyway. My focus would be more on these roofing companies, Lubbock and Roofer in Lubbock. So maybe, going through that Lubbock page, maybe use those keywords uh, as H1 headings, as headings throughout your site or within your content, or save images as those keywords. So roof replacement Texas, you would want to save it as roofer Lubbock or something like that, or roofing companies in Lubbock or what have you. So, that would be my potential first tip, is just to really kind of crawl through and make sure that you're really maximizing the keywords that you want to go after. My second tip would involve, this Google Business Profile to really build on this. And why this is important is because everybody searches differently, right? Some people click on the first thing they see, which is a great reason to do Google sponsored ads. You can get up to the top here and run Google Ads in itself, and this gets you above the fold. As you can see here, West Texas Commercial Roofing is running ads. And then a lot of people go down to this Google Business Profile, this top three, and they'll pick from there. And these can pull up to 40% of the traffic. So, on this particular keyword, 400 searches a month, you're looking at 100. No, I'm sorry. You're looking at 160 searches a month being pulled right off the bat from these. So that's quite a bit of volume that you're missing out on. And then obviously the organics. Some people go down to this, and the number one spot can pull up to 30, about pulls around 30-31%. But how you really improve upon this is reviews. Reviews are a great way to show Google that, one, you're doing a good job, and two, that people trust you. So the more five-star reviews, the better. And there's really three ways that we've done that really, um, has really stood out, that's really been beneficial. So the first is CRM, like you email people after the job's done and ask for reviews. That's pretty effective. Probably not the most effective way though. The most effective is one that we found is you create a QR code and you hook it to your review form. You print those out, laminate them, give them to your installers, and when the job's completed, they can give it to the property owner and say, "Hey, can you give us a review?" And they can scan it with their phone within a matter of seconds or a minute. The job, the review's up and live. So that's one way we found. Obviously, you can pay for reviews. Some companies, such as ours, will offer that service where they can get you reviews and five-star reviews at a price. Obviously, we definitely recommend the more organic way, but those are various options. And then all this information needs to be pretty consistent throughout the web. So making sure that your address, your hours, your phone number, all that stuff is consistent. Because what happens is, sometimes there's variances, like maybe your hours are different on a Yelp or Angie's List, and Google doesn't like to see inconsistencies. They want to see that people will be on your website or this Google Business Profile or your Yelp or Angie's and get the same exact information, accurate information wherever they go. So really important that that stuff matches. And then lastly, you want to save keywords as specific or photos as specific keywords, and you want to geotag them. So again, if I'm wanting to rank for roofing companies Lubbock, I would save a photo as that, and maybe geotag this location here, and Google will think that you did a, a um, a service or a roof at that location. So it really helps Google in seeing, where you service, the area you service, and it kind of lets your Google Business Profile expand like a flower and just blossom and get bigger and bigger and bigger from the starting point out. So that would be my second tip. My last tip would just be to continue to build and grow the strength of your site. So, you have 56 do follow links, which are great, and those are the referring domain links that give you power. And referring domain is just a website that sends a link to your site. And this is where you're at, and that's pretty. 26 isn't bad. You should be in the 20s, 30s, 40s, but you really would like to see a 1-to-1 ratio. So if this is a 26, you'd like this to be a 26. So there is a little bit of room for improvement there. And just to show you what that looks like in your competition, this is Roofmaster 34 and 13, not exactly a 1-to-1, but they are beating you. They have 162 referring domains versus your 56, so over 100 more, and they're ranking on over 6,000 keywords, and they're getting 31 clicks a month. So really a lot of traffic this site's getting, and obviously this doesn't happen overnight. It's something that you need to build up, but those three tips I think will really help you in getting more traffic over time. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments. We would love to get your feedback if possible. Our information is in the email. I also have a link to our Google Calendar if you'd like to schedule some time that works for you, where myself or my business partner Jackie can reach out to you at whatever time you fill in. We'd love to do so. Obviously, even if you have a company, we definitely would give you any tips that you'd want. And if you don't have a company or you need some help, please feel free to reach out. But with that, have a great day and God bless.